sometimes, yo, that should be better than the damn show. I just got a perfect example that I was just talking about with my homeboy, talking about I just recently watched the first two seasons of the show Hannibal, but it was just all a season long recap, like a nigga just narrating the whole season through a recap, through recapping it and shit. And that shit was good as shit. So it made me want to just watch season three because he didn't have a season three recap yet. And then I went and tried to start season three, and I couldn't get into the shit because of the pace of the show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So that's probably along the same lines. Like I just I don't know when I watch the shit, it just it don't never hold me. Pause. I
Yeah,
cannot sit through it. And that's how BMF is hitting right now. Honestly, I fast forward a good 30% of the fucking show when I watch it.
yeah. I watched the whole thing. You know what I mean?
I fast forward
Um,
through that shit. Any scene with Nikki and Lawanda, fast forward in.
you said Nikki and Lawan. Oh, you talking about the sister and the baby mother?
Yeah, any scene with them, fast forward in it. Any scene with just Lucille and Charles, I'm probably gonna fast forward that shit. Um, I don't know. Certain stories I'm not really interested in when it comes to BMF for real. It ain't like when I watch Power or Force or whatever, where even the side shit kind of is intriguing enough to hold you for real.
Right. I
Side
got you.
shit on BMF is legit. Here, take this shit. So, um, it's legit. Here, take this shit. So fucking, we can fill out this hour.
Yeah, I was about to say it's filler. Is relevant to the story of their family, but is not relevant to the story that people are actually interested in for real. Like the
And I
reason people
mean,
watch the show.
her being a little thought and getting pregnant was fucking, even if it happened in real life, it's a story. I mean, it's a TV trope that I didn't need to see.
Yeah, and if you wanted, if they wanted to include it, it could have just been shit like you know what I mean. Them niggas come home and find out she knocked up. Like they put a lot
Mm-hmm.
into the story. Like for real, they put a lot into it. And Charles, yo, that nigga is the most unconvincing touring musician in the history of television, yo. Yo, that
Why
nigga
you
can't.
say that?
Man, that nigga can't sing, yo. He don't do nothing but sit there and pluck the guitar every once in a while. Like, bloom, 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 bloom. Daddy, you love that music, daddy. He'll go to this, bling, bloom, bloom, bling. And it's even funnier because he got the sideways guitar shit. You know what I mean? He don't even be on this shit. He be on this shit. Bling, 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 bling. And then, and then when you'll sing a couple notes, yo, I'll be like, yo, it's not convincing, yo.
My man is a fucking touring artist. He done got his hand fucked up now though, so that shit did. You
Yeah.
know what'll be a twist that I know they not gonna do, but that I would love?
What's
Charles
that,
going to Meech like, teach me the game, Meech.
yo? Oh shit.
Not in that exact way.
I know exactly what you're saying. And I could have sworn that the father was involved somehow, yo.
I know
Like
he had shit in his name, and I know that's how they ended up getting. I want to say that's how they got Meech. They fucking
it might have
was
something to do
threatening
with
to lock his father and his mother up.
yeah, I think it has something to do with the limo company, like the car company that they had and shit or
I know
something
they
like that.
had cars and some shit in his name, and that's how he ended up getting jammed up. But yeah, they when they put the screws to Meech with that, I think that's one of the reasons that Meech ended up taking a deal.
Pleading out, yeah, that's that. I mean, that's the one of the main ways they get cats to fold for real is when they
That's
start
exactly
threatening.
why I would never put shit in my mother name, shit in my bitch name, none of that. Like, cause as soon as somebody find out that shit in your bitch name or your mother name, now they putting the screws to them, and that's gonna hurt worse than them putting the screws to you, pause.
Right.
At least to me, like I can put up with a lot of shit, but I can't stand watching my family go through shit and me not doing nothing about it.
Right. Right. Only time is when they complicit, yo. Like they gotta
Yeah,
know
I
the
mean,
rules too.
if you
Think of my man with his poor Wi-Fi again, guys. Yo, if you saying something, I don't hear nothing you saying, yo, right now, sometimes. Yeah, while I wait for Craig to get back, we was talking about the BMF show, which hasn't been the best, but it's some niggadom to watch. I gotta have some niggadom. Let me see anybody got anybody on. Let's get some shares done while we waiting. Fucking buzz is annoying. Where's it coming from? It's probably there we go. Here we go. There we go. There we go. So you know how we do. Let's see what's going on in the tizoob. What's that? Gil, we're talking about LeBron. LeBron should go to Cleveland. That nigga Gil is hilarious because that's all he care about is the Lakers. He don't care about no LeBron or nothing. He said that LA should trade LeBron back to Cleveland. All Pro Nitro. It's kinda hard. Think the guy Krabs back.
fault, my fault, my motherfucking phone was ringing.
Okay. All right. All right.
But yeah, Charles is definitely an unconvincing ass singer. We still gotta be top five worst pastor in the history of pastors on TV.
You say she? I mean, she just starting. This her first couple months as pastor, yo. This her first couple months, yo.
You know, I just say she trash. I mean, I guess in a sense she a good pastor in that sense because a lot of these ones in real life be crooked too.
Right.
But she is probably the ultimate hypocrite
You say ultimate hypocrite.
on the show, at least.
Yo yo.
You can't hear me?
No no no. I was responding to one of the comments.
Oh, but yeah, motherfucking, she just she. I don't like people like her. Like in a sense, I guess she makes a good pastor. She makes an even better Christian on the show
Right.
because what she embodied is everything I hate about Christianity, and I ain't really getting a religion or nothing like that. But everybody know a uppity Christian, you know.
Most definitely. But also I think what Christianity really supposed to be about is about being imperfect person that ultimately makes the right Christian decisions when it's crunch time type shit.
I mean, I
Um,
get it, but it's just how she looked down on everything and people and shit like that. Like she don't make questionable moves, or is she doing certain shit for real, or have done certain shit.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with
Like,
that.
you can't sit in that position and look down on people that are selling drugs and shit like that when both your sons running around selling drugs.
Right, 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 right,
Like,
right, right.
you know, she talks shit about their drug money and what they do and shit like that, but she didn't have a problem taking that money when her fucking rent was due.
Right. And
Right.
she flexing that fur.
Man, what? Still flexing it. She could have fucking sold the fur. She could have sold the fur instead of selling the ring,
Right.
but she chose to keep the fur because of the symbolization.
Yeah. And she let the chick convince her to do that shit because she wasn't thinking about selling that ring until the chick put the idea in her head for real.
Sell that bitch. Or get off your high horse and call your son. You ain't got to call him. The Terry always there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree with that.
Like
But
she
this shit that's going on the shy, yo, like this shit is fucking man.
just yeah, I heard a lot of people upset because they think your man Emmett got put down.
All right. Now this the
Pretty sure he
thing.
didn't get put down.
This my issue. I mean, I guess it is violent Chicago in the middle of a power vacuum with a major gang or something like that. So multiple people getting shot is like a real life possibility. Multiple people getting shot and get killed. But you're gonna have two main characters get shot and live in the one season.
Who was the other main character that got shot?
The nigga, what's the name? Well, he a main side character. The rapper nigga, y'all.
Oh, I don't. That's too deep for me. But
All right, what's the dude name that was
oh, Vic
on
Mensa.
Vic Mensa? Yeah, Vic Mensa character. So
Oh, okay.
Vic Mensa character got killed. I mean, got shot by Alicia and shit, trying to shoot Reggie.
Oh, okay.
So she missed Reggie, and she wild too, y'all. Like she's an interesting character on the show.
I seen a preview for next week, and I
She's
kind of
literally
like how she moving.
she's literally her same character, damn near her same character off a thin line. That's what makes it funny to me. I
I
just
like
look
how
at
she
it.
moving, yo.
I just look at her as the same bitch off a thin line. But
I don't
she
know what you said.
she tried she take Jason Weaver. You know she was messing with Jason Weaver, but they kind of broke up. But he was still working for her or whatever. So to she get him to take him over to where Red stand at. Red stand at the little brother house, little
Right,
brother
right.
apartment or whatever. So and Jason Weaver character. I don't know why I don't know these characters' names. Jason Weaver character is real close with Trigg,
Right.
so he naturally has a relationship with Reggie and
The
I
little
forgot
brother.
the little brother or whatever. So, but she don't know this yet. She don't know it yet. But she talking about she just want to know where he live at. So they out there peeping Reggie coming out to get the food or whatever. Vic Mensa delivering the food. So she just see Reggie and just start yamming out the window with the left hand. Bang, 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 bang,
I ain't
bang.
mad at it.
But she hit Vic
Vic
Mensa in the
Mensa.
back.
Okay.
And for one, Reggie ain't got nothing to do with her son.
She just probably assumed he killed them.
No, she didn't assume that she killed him. The only question she asked was, could he be a person that could kill him? That could kill him. She literally asked it like that. Basically, she on some vigilante shit right now. Like I'm killing all these little niggas that could have possibly
And
been involved.
that's why I said I ain't mad at how she moving. Somebody was like, she was like, it ain't no rules in the street. Too many young black people dying, whatever, whatever, whatever. And then the nigga she was talking to was like, well, it seemed like you want to make the rules. And she was like, shit, somebody got to, and I ain't mad at it. Like you said, it's a power vacuum. And if she feel like she can run shit and keep the deaths down to a minimum or whatever for real, I ain't mad at that.
Right.
Now what I
Now
will say,
now she said she want Reggie in jail and shit.
now what I will say is
Like
the
she literally.
way um Emmett went over and breezed into Reggie house, I might have shot his ass too. You open the door for a nigga, the first thing he do is tackle you and start punching you in your face. What's your instinct gonna be? Survive, right? And I ain't as mad, and I ain't granted I don't have the equity in the characters the same way other people do. So I'm just watching the shit as a bystander for real. So I'm watching the shit, and from what I understand, Emmett little brother is a problem. He always fucking up. He always into some shit, right?
Yeah, but the way the shit went down, Emmett brother, it's not that he's always a problem. He has a specific problem, and that's he fucked up with gambling and shit.
He do drugs too, right?
Nah,
Oh,
nah, he got a gambling problem. That's his problem. He's a
that's why
gambling
he got to
addict.
go to rehab.
Yeah, he's gonna gamblers anonymous type shit.
Okay.
So they sitting. This is what went down. Literally, what went down. The brother and the dude that like grow weed and mushrooms and all that shit. They sitting at the apartment with Reggie and shit. You know what I mean? Um, Main man is like he real good with numbers. Emmett brother real good with numbers and stats and shit like that. So he just rattling off stats and shit. Like they everything they talk about, he just rattling off the stats or whatever. So Reggie keep going in his phone like so when they was specifically going doing Michael Jordan shit. What Michael Jordan do such and such and such and such. Shorty rattling that shit off. Blah, 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 blah. Reggie getting mad like, oh, you think you smart? All right, 5K on this next question type shit. You know what I mean? This nigga Reggie holler on such and such date. How many points, rebounds, assists, and steals and blocks did Mike Jordan have on this day?
Oh wow. So the nigga ain't know.
He answered everything and he got everything right and he got the steals wrong. You know what I mean? So of course he was warned before he took the bet and all that. The other nigga like, yo, don't. This the same nigga that warned him because they just lost six K at a spades game and shit. So he lost 6K at the spades game. Main man warned him before he took the bet not to take the bet. So he lost 3K of main man money. So at this point, main man like, yo, you need to fucking chill out. So he's sitting there telling them, don't fucking bet with Reggie and shit. Don't bet with the nigga. You know what I mean? Because, of course, everybody know Reggie a killer and shit.
Right.
He loses the bet. Main man talking about how much time I got to pay you, whatever. He's like, can I get till next week? He's like, nigga, you got till tomorrow night, nigga. So he goes scrambling, borrow the money, ultimately end up borrowing the money from dying ass Jada and shit. And she like, don't tell my father. And she like, hell no, I ain't telling your father. You got too much on his plate or whatever. Like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So he end up with 4 racks. He don't got the whole 5 grand and shit.
So he whooped his ass like that over a stack.
So he beat the living bricks off of him over the stack, over the stack, on a bullshit ass bet. Like at the end of the day, I know he want to keep his name, want to make sure he thorough, all that shit. But nigga, you just came up 4 racks off a bullshit ass bet, yo.
Yeah, you not supposed to like, and
Which
that was.
which you could have said, bring me the other stack, and he's still gonna bring you the other stack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think that's more of pushing Re- Reggie's negative character up further. That's all that shit
I get
was.
that. My thing
But
is,
but it
all
was
right,
still a bullshit ass move.
it was, but he all right, so he ain't need to click out and beat the nigga ass off
Hold on,
or
let me
slap.
let me finish real quick, cause this goes into agreeing with partially agreeing what you're saying and me understanding. So with that being said, what it was over, the money and all that shit, Reggie kind of also looking at how would I handle if, and his name is Jake, the younger brother name is Jake. If somebody teed off on Jake like that, he wouldn't even care why they teed off. He would have came in shooting.
Right?
So I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, because of Reggie's reaction to actually shooting him,
You can tell he ain't mean it.
like it's something that he in his mind it's something that he wouldn't have done if it wasn't for him having a gun on him, nigga fucking him up, and him like he really
Yeah, I mean,
shooting the nigga
you
to
can
get him
look in
off
his
of him.
eyes when he shot him. He didn't really mean.
It
Or
was really self defense.
yeah,
It
he
was
meant to
actually
shoot him, but he didn't want to shoot him.
right. It actually really was self defense,
Legit
but
self defense. Emmett was beating the shit out that man.
right, but it's one of those cases of the wrong type of self-defense because you carry a gun with you all the time against the wrong person. You know what I mean? Hindsight is 50-50, of course. I mean 2020, of course. But I'm just saying like damn, I shot that's almost like damn, I shot my man almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I seen it in his face. That's why I said I couldn't really blame him for real, because you got the scrizzy in your, on you for real. You got it on you already. Nigga come through your door. You opening the door on some. I mean, he had to know why he was there. Like, he definitely had to know why he was there. But I don't think he was expecting Emmett to come through the door like that. From any of the clips or episodes of shit that I watched, and I don't know if you'll be having some gangster moments or not, but Emmett not really that type of person. From
No, he's not. They literally had a foreshadowing now in hindsight. They literally had a foreshadowing scene when them niggas was talking about, well, maybe we need to get in that little circle. They was like, well, maybe we need to get into the streets and shit. You know what I mean? And Emmett was the only one like, yo, I tried the shit, yo. I'm not built for that shit. You know what I mean? Emmett was literally the only one that said that out of the group and
yeah,
shit.
I don't know. So like that just lead into him assuming that Emmett wasn't gonna come in there like that for real. Even though I don't understand how, because like you said, even though he played with Jake the way he be playing with Jake for real, somebody was to do that to Jake, he'd come in there guns a blazing.
Right.
So he should have knew from the door when he opened that bitch that they was ready to start fighting.
Right.
But I feel like he opened the door expecting Emmett to be mad, but them to be able to talk it out and him be like, "Look, your brother owed me money, whatever." Because I heard him trying to say it while Emmett was whooping his ass. You know, because if Emmett knew everything you knew, or you just said, and he went in there, I'd wholeheartedly understand him going in there wilding the way he did. But from what I saw, the brother came in all bloody. Emmett was drinking. He asked him what was wrong, who did it. He told him, and he got up and left. So
Yeah,
he
he
didn't
did.
even get the story.
Yeah, he didn't even know. Yeah, most definitely.
Like, so he didn't even get the story. So like, are they trying to paint him as like having an alcohol problem, or
No,
is
because
that
that's really his. I don't remember him like being drunk too much on the show. If it is, they they gradually was bringing it in this season. But nah, this was matter of fact, he was off, right? Because Trig came to him. Trig came to him about Tiff. Trig trying to get with Tiff now.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Trig,
was
the one that Reggie left the show for, because he ain't want to fuck with a tranny.
yeah, Trig is the older brother.
Okay, so he don't fuck
So
with trannies no more.
that we can get to that in a second. And that's one of my issues with the show, and it's not because he was messing with a tranny, but we gonna get to that in a second. Um, Emmett and Trig sitting there rapping about the shit. Of course, when they talking about it, Emmett acting like it ain't no big deal. You know what I mean, man? Tiff not together. You a good guy. I hope she happy. All this other shit.
Right.
But Emmett really balling the whole time, low key, because they showing that you know how they show like a nigga making a face or something like that, and Emmett made a quote unquote joke like at the Trig told him, because Trig was like, I don't want it to be awkward when Tiff come over or whatever. And Emmett like, who said y'all coming over again? Or like, who said you coming over again? With a serious ass face, you know what I mean? Then he hit him with the, oh, I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing with you. To try to keep it G, you know what I mean? So it really showed that Emmett still got feelings for Tiff or whatever at
I'm
he left
glad.
because he kept on drinking and shit. Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm just was ready to say I'm glad real life don't imitate art in that way. How they make groups of friends fuck with each other's spouses or ex-spouses or whatever for real. Yeah, it happened to some extent, but it's no way that, you know, two, three niggas in the same friend group then had a chance with the same bitch.
Well, Iman Shumpert wasn't in their friend group,
He wasn't, but he eventually became.
and what's her name definitely ain't in their friend group.
Who?
The nigga Nuck.
Right, but they all know each other.
That can be unavoidable sometimes. Yo, Ben over here like hanging out at my buddy's bar is really not unheard of, especially over
Jump offs, yeah, that happens.
like a 15, 20, 30 year period and shit. Like the shit happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah.
Especially in a neighbor in a neighborhood. You know what I
I
mean? Like
agree.
in a community. You know what I mean? Like that shit.
I can't
Yeah.
see that shit happening
Now
here.
a friend
One
a
of them
friend
niggas
group
gonna
a
crash
friend
out.
group that close. Yeah, most definitely. A friend group that close. That shit is weird as fuck. You know what I mean?
Like, you coming to talk to me as a man about fucking with my baby mother, not even my ex and my baby mother, who most people probably know you still got feelings for.
Right.
Like, nah, son. Nah, son.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the weirdness quotient of it. Um.
And I get they
So
gotta do that on TV shows to add drama or whatever,
right.
but that shit foo foo.
Right. So from being riled up from that at the trig left or whatever, Emmett was still drinking.
Oh, I
So
was just asking because I didn't know if you had a problem. I just remember his bitch saying, I smell a whiskey on your breath.
yeah, nah, he not a like every episode sneak drinking. Nah, they haven't showed anything that showed would say you're an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Um, so he was already fired up inside when what's the name came. And for Reggie to be Trig's brother, he couldn't beat Trig up. He probably wouldn't have been able to on a head up anyway. But he everything he wanted to do to Trig because of that shit that would have made him look like a lame, he did to Reggie and shit. So Reggie gave him Reggie beating up his brother gave him an excuse to cut loose on somebody.
Mhm. For him not to be in the streets, he definitely beating the shit out of Reggie.
That's how I see it. Like if he was sober or happy drunk at the moment, he probably would have rationalized the whole shit better than that. What he probably would at the very least have what happened. You know what I mean? Gave his brother to talk a little something. He probably wouldn't have reacted like that. You know what I mean? But that's gonna be wild if he died and then Jada got terminal cancer right now.
Right. So that's two main characters where he kicked the bucket. I don't
But
think they're gonna kill. I mean, if he die, I mean, if he leave the show, I don't think he's gonna leave like that.
he got hit in his upper
Like it's titty. Pause.
left. Was that left? Yeah, he got hit in his upper left chest. So it wasn't nowhere close to his heart. It actually looked like, you know what I mean,
We talking
if
about the shy, Tito.
if it could have went straight through right there, he good. You know what I mean? I mean, we know bullets move around, all that shit, but from where he was hit at, if that's where the bullet went, he should still be alive.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Like Vic Mensa looked like he had a better chance of being dead off of what happened than Emmett. Emmett got hit once in one spot. You know what I mean?
well, I don't think they're gonna kill him off like that. If he do leave the show, it ain't gonna be him fucking getting killed. I don't think so. Um, the shy more than anything seemed to like to leave the door open for people to come back.
Yeah, but I know Vic ain't going. Vic gonna be pissed about that shit, yo.
Huh? See, I might have to watch the Friday's episode to see the aftermath, see how it unraveled for real.
Hey Tito, we was talking about. Oh, you already told him we was talking about the Shy and shit. We was talking about the last episode of the Shy.
Oh shit! You probably won't. Well, we didn't wrapped up what we was talking about, so you good now.
Yeah, you good now because you missed the spoiler talk already. I think.
But so yeah, just it's just a shitty time in TV because the Shy might be the best thing to look forward to on TV coming up. I mean, right now, and that's some shit I don't even really watch. BMF is a letdown. Um, I done went back and started watching some of the older shows that I like. You ever seen some shit called Leverage?
I'm familiar with it, and I've watched episodes. It's good. Didn't
It's
they
my
come out with a spinoff?
yeah. They got a spinoff. I want to say it's on Tubi, but they got a spinoff or whatever. It's cool. The spinoff cool, but I went back and started the original over, and the they some of the best episodes of TV that I've seen in a long time, as far as like
Okay.
entertainment go. Like
Okay.
I put their first episode, like their pilot,
Uh huh.
up against any show pilot ever.
Okay. Okay. I might have to check
Like
it out. I
I
never watched it.
motherfucking my mother, she don't
Matter of fact,
necessarily
I might have seen the pilot and it got me interested in the show. I just never stuck with it. I think I might have even seen the pilot before.
yo, I'm trying to tell you, like it's I mean everybody got Prime pretty much. But it's on Prime all 5 seasons for real. But if you watch the first episode gonna have you hooked. That shit like a movie.
Right. I'm
Like
gonna tell you what I've been watching, yo. Murderbot, yo.
Murderbot. The fuck is Murderbot?
It's it's a show. It's a show about a security. He's a security android that became sentient. Like yo hack whatever his program is to keep yo from basically becoming sentient and shit. And he he is commissioned to go on a planet with like he's commissioned to go on a planet to basically be the security robot for this little team of people and shit. I mean, it's a comedy, but it's good though.
I've never actually watched The Wire. Or Oz for that matter. But I've never actually watched The Wire and people always find it funny saying this how I'm from Baltimore.
It's probably per capita more people from Baltimore that haven't watched it than most places and shit.
I would assume. For me, and I assume it's the same for a lot of people. Growing up in that shit, I don't want to go home and watch that shit.
Right. At
But
though, I don't think it's too much TV, yo. Cause I
nah,
can,
nah,
cause,
you
'cause
just got
I can only concentrate on a couple shows anyway.
yeah, you just
So
gotta zone in on the ones that you want, and then circle back on the ones that that pique your interest or whatever. It's definitely not too much TV, honestly. To me, right now, as far as new episodic TV go, it's not too many good shows on right now. I mean, and I know it's the summer, so that's when they go light, but it's definitely not too much TV. Um, it's some good shit that just came out. That Ironheart shit, man. Bruce been talking about that shit kind of heavy. Pause. Um, that shit pretty good. It's this new series on Amazon Prime called Countdown. Uh,
what's that
um,
about?
it's about it's this task force to get put together because somebody real important get killed or what. No, they didn't get killed because they uncover. Well, somebody do get killed, but they uncover like a bomb. Somebody trying like nuke LA or whatever,
Okay.
and it got the dude who played Soldier Boy on The Boys, uh
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Jensen Ackles, I think is his name. Um, and then fucking um he got like brain cancer and shit, so he ready to die. Like he got like 6 months to live type shit. So he be on some road cowboy missions, but then he getting his people in trouble. It's a good show for real.
Okay.
Only thing I don't like is Amazon give you the trick bag. They give you the first 3 episodes because I'm watching this shit thinking I'm ready to binge it or whatever. And they gave me the first 3 episodes right away, and then they fucking
Yeah, see, you
started
probably got a
dropping
life
them
too. I
episodes.
ain't got no life right now, Tito. So if I find a show, I can watch that shit. So you probably got a life. So you probably fitting shows in, and then there's so many coming at you because you probably just not watching a lot. So I get it.
I
But
like to think that I got a life. I still find time. Like,
no,
um,
I ain't got no no on purpose. I don't have no a whole bunch of social shit going on. You know what I mean? So I had my fun doing this. This is like social to me and shit. So I do a lot of this type stuff. You know, socializing and shit. And then I hoop, yo. That's like my favorite activities right now, yo. To get my last couple days and months and weeks and years of hooping in at a certain level. You know what I mean? And doing shit I like doing and shit for real. Um,
wrong with that?
fucking I want to get to your topic, yo.
Oh, all right. Oh, all right. Oh, all right. Yeah, let's do that before my phone actually doing pretty good right now, so I don't want to jinx it. But yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
my
that.
man Cravante came up with a good topic, yo. Who goes on the Cat Mount Rushmore or Cat Top Five or who the biggest cappers ever?
My first entry, Big Draco.
Big Drake. Oh, you talking about Soldier Boy?
Yeah, he got to be the first round draft pick.
Is Soldier Boy? All right, I think. Chill. That's it. Um, definitely, definitely. So I would say the second pick, which is controversial because it's people that believe everything he say is Fat Joe, yo.
Fat Joe do a lot of capping, but he not really known as a capper. So I agree with what you're saying. His stories be real vivid and real wild.
I think at this point it's about half and half of people calling him Cap now. People call him Cap now. Now, one thing I will say for a lot of them stories he telling, It'd be people in the motherfucking comment section talking about I was there. Yo, because when a nigga say he robbed the whole gym, it was a nigga in the comment section talking about he was there and it happened.
He was one of the niggas he robbed.
Nah, he said he helped him carry the coats.
All right, Fat Joe. I can't definitively give him a spot on the Cat Mount Rushmore because of more names that might come up.
All right.
So, because it's four people that you could put on a Mount Rushmore. So we got whittle it down because there's a lot of cap in this app.
All
Jim
right.
Jones, fucking
All right. So the Jim Jones has not historically been known for cat. He has recently on his clout chasing mission been known everything just been cat. Like, you know what I mean? But the only thing that I'm gonna call cap out of what he was saying was the numbers, saying he had better numbers than Nas.
all right.
Everything else, even though we all know Nas is more relevant, that viral shit he said was some bullshit. But there is a place where it's coming from. It was literally a young dude that started it. It wasn't even Jim Jones that started it.
No,
So with that being said, I don't know if I can put Jimmy on the Cat Mount Rushmore. If
we
he
just
keeps
saying
it up,
we throwing out names at
okay,
this
okay,
point.
okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, no, we just throwing out names at this point because you stopped me. I was ready to start running off
Oh,
names.
my bad, my bad. I know the game is known as a serious capper.
The game, LeBron James.
LeBron is a yo. LeBron on the Mount Rushmore, yo.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron
LeBron
has to be on the Mount Rushmore.
LeBron is on the Mount Rushmore just for the simple fact of how many times he got caught in obvious cap, yo.
Yep. LeBron got to be on there. So we got two. And that's why I was saying like nigga got to run through all the names first because that's two guaranteed motherfuckers that we put on there already. Soldier and LeBron. All right, Bow Wow.
Nigga had a whole challenge, yo.
Yeah, yeah. I can't forget him faking fans chasing.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy, yo. I don't know what was worse, or that or the airport shit. I don't know if
Yo,
I don't know if the Clearport shit was worse or the fans chasing him.
it's real bad. So Bow Wow a real strong contender for the third spot.
My man said Jay-Z, yo. I need some explanation on that one.
Jay Z, what he cap about? How much he sold drugs? Because I do
I
think that's a lot of cap. I think he dabbled. I think he knows some niggas that was heavy hitters, but the way he portray himself, I don't buy it.
put it like this. Jay-Z was never a kingpin. Could he have at some point caught a kingpin charge? Because that shit is real iffy and it depends on where you at. Like if you had an ounce out Westminster in the early 2000s and got caught with an ounce, they give you a kingpin charge. So that really don't mean you're an actual kingpin. But
Right.
everybody knows the quote unquote heavy hitters that he was under. Those same guys say that he actually sold drugs, that he was down the Eastern Shore with them and all of that shit. But for the way he makes it seem like he was right under motherfucking Pablo Escobar. Like Escobar came, gave it to him in his hand, and he
And he was
distributed it
he was giving that shit
throughout New
out
York,
like Black Jesus.
throughout the East Coast. You know what I mean? So
So no, that's definitely Cat. I don't know if I could put him on the Cat Mount Rushmore though.
if we put him on the Cat Mount Rushmore, there are so many other rappers that we would have to, and we would have to start with Pusha T before we put.
Oh, nigga, it's funny that you said that,
We
right?
would we would have to
Because as
start
I
with
was
Pusha
talking
T
about Jay Z, the
before we
nigga that
put
was in
Jay
my
Z on
head
it.
was Pusha T, yo. Like, he is the most cappingest, drug dealingest rapper in the history of drug dealing rappers.
Right,
And I got into a debate with Kroon about this shit probably a year ago at this point.
right,
But I know some niggas that ran where Pusha say he ran at, right?
yeah.
And he wasn't that nigga.
No, his people's was
His exactly.
that shit.
But
I mean, that shit is on YouTube. Like,
oh, see, I ain't know that. I'm just
yeah,
going off of what I
that shit
hear.
on YouTube. The nigga that he might have just been coming home from the feds not too long ago, within the last, let's say, 5, 6, 7 years or so. He um he is known as the guy that basically Pusha is the voice of in the music and shit. You know what I mean? Now Pusha did his little bit of shit, but for the most part, you know what I mean? Like, of course, we all know savages that came from good households and all that shit. But, Malice, try to basically, what I mean, be true to them, true to what they really is. You know what I mean? Like they, what I mean, they came from a nice household. You know what I mean? If they sold drugs, they never needed to type shit. You know what I mean?
All right. And on that note, I don't know if we can include him on the Cat Mount Rushmore.
It's hard to include niggas that all they cap is in the actual songs.
No, I get that. I get
It,
that. But hear me out. Kiss. Pause.
what, saying he top five dead or alive?
That's cap in itself. But the same lines that Pusha came from, Kiss' father is on the interview talking about how he came from a good household and two-parent household, and they didn't live in the hood, and he had money, and he didn't need to sell drugs.
Yeah.
He went to college and all that other dumb shit.
All right. Thing is, that was been known about Kiss before his father came in the interview.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kiss Ben said, I'm talking about Locks days. Like it was actually a part of his rhymes at one point in time. Like he
Okay.
literally said, you know what I mean? I came from a two-parent house. Like I'm paraphrasing the bars, but he literally said I came from a two-parent household and I just wanted to do that shit. Like the streets called my name type shit. So like
I don't know, because there was another interview I just saw not too long ago. Where he was like, which I think it was Fat Joe. They was
uh
asking him what he do with his first advance, or what they do with their first advance from the when they was the locks or whatever.
right.
He said they put it all together, they bought a brick and they sent it to Baltimore.
And
And he
to
said
this
he kept doing that until he started saying real money.
all right, this the thing. It's literally to this day niggas that defend that shit here. Like Kiss used to be down here all the time. Blah, 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 blah. Like it's niggas that defend that shit here. Pennsylvania Avenue niggas that defend that shit.
I don't know. Just saying. You know, like I I don't know. I think he should be included, but since we brought up Pusha T, I felt the need to mention Kiss too.
Right. Like as much as people think I hate on a nigga, I'm gonna say that even if he cat the veracity that I've seen niggas here defend his activity, I can't out of good faith put him on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay, okay, okay. Gates.
Let me see. Calling my man said calling a stand up dude a rat while making a whole album on said dude life is ultimate cat biology.
Who is
So
the stand-up dude that he called the rat?
I think he talking about not Calvin Klein, but who's the other? Not Calvin Klein. You talking about is one more dude. I forget his name, but I think he talking about the other dude.
Hmm.
Whoever the other cat, the cat that was over top of him actually, you know what I mean, was putting him on with the drugs and shit.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's factual, that's cat biology. I ain't gonna hold you.
Because he's
Um.
because basically what my man is saying is that reasonable doubt he was speaking in somebody else's name. He was speaking from somebody else's perspective in reasonable doubt.
Okay. But then by what we just classified with Pusha T and Kiss, I mean, you can't really ding them pause for having a persona or living through vicariously through somebody.
Right.
That's not necessarily cat.
All right. So
Well, it is
we
cat, but it's like rap cat, and hella
it's
motherfuckers do it, so you can't.
right until you in an interview like Fat Joe,
Okay.
because Fat
Kevin
Joe,
Gates.
Kevin Gates, yes, 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 the same nigga that say he's starting car engines with his hand. He charging car batteries. He just got a long line of some bullshit that he didn't said out his
Let
mouth.
me let me tell you why this topic came about. So you know Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner was together or whatever. Um, they broke up recently, and he said that for she a social media bitch, so she been on her little social media run since they broke up or whatever. But I think he finally did an interview, and
Nah, Samantha, we from Baltimore, Samantha. Samantha from
I'm from
Memphis.
Memphis. How you doing, Samantha from Memphis? No, we from Baltimore. I know you hear that. But he did an interview where he was like, he did an interview where he was like, I'm fucking, I'm glad we broke up, whoop de whoop, whoop de whoop, and the pussy was trash. I expected it to be better. It's
Oh,
trash.
this what Kevin Gates said.
Yeah. This is what Gates said. I send you the interview. It's in the chat, but I see that's what he said or whatever. So somebody in the chat like, yeah, I believe Gates because they ain't got no reason to lie. He always keeps it G.
Oh Lord.
I said, nigga, who? And they kept going for real. They kept going, and I'm like, yo, you clearly don't know Gates' history of the level of cap that he done had for real. Like like you said, he said he started a car battery with his hands.
What a straight face.
Nah, fuck with a straight face. He said, if I'm lying, God can strike my kids dead right now. And then Act was like, don't say that. He was like, strike them dead today, right now.
That nigga don't believe in God.
Oh, this nigga
He
is.
don't believe in God.
And that was the thing that I told, because niggas was debating me down, like, oh, he was joking, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, yo, it's how you know it's cat. He's a Muslim. Why didn't he say put it on Allah?
He a Muslim yet?
He was always a Muslim.
Stop playing, yo.
He was always a Muslim, yo.
So this
I mean, at
nigga,
least as far as I can remember, Gates been Muslim for about 10 years, easy.
I do remember him speaking Arabic on a song and shit. You're absolutely right. And that nigga's silly because that nigga been a American Indian. He said he was American Indian. He said he not black. He Puerto Rican.
That's funny. Everybody always say that shit. Like, I hear how you say you knew too.
He said like just hilarious accent.
Yeah, I mean, that bitch definitely got she got a cold hearted Baltimore accent.
Definitely, she definitely
Like you
got a
can't
cold heart.
deny we could deny, like, you could deny Jada Pinkett Smith if you wanted to. Probably until she get like real mad or something like that.
She learned how to she learned how to navigate her accent because if you watch some
My
Different world
favorite movie.
episodes.
I was about to say my favorite movie with her. She sounds just like she from Baltimore.
What Shane?
A low down dirty shame. Yep.
Yeah, and
She sounds just like she from here.
that's fresh. That's fresh off a different world. You know what I mean?
She sound just that's my favorite movie with her for real. And she legit just she sound like my aunt, honestly. Like that shit was funny when I used to watch it. Like and she might be the earliest instance of me picking up on people who are from Baltimore on TV or whatever for real.
Right.
Like I remember asking my aunt, like, is she from here? And she, broke it down, started me giving me the information on Tupac and all that or whatever for real. And I'm like, oh wow.
Man, I didn't realize there was a Baltimore accent until I went to Morgan State. Now, when I was little and I used to go to North Carolina, people used to say something, but I just couldn't hear it. I couldn't fathom it. Like, what are you talking about? Until I went up Morgan, you know what I mean? And that's when I realized that there was an actual Baltimore accent.
Yeah, it's Baltimore accent, but I mean, I knew we had an accent. It just was always normal to me, so I never really paid it too much attention or whatever for real. It wasn't until I got in, around those college years that I started going around other people from different places. And
Oh, that's a good one, Rashad McCants.
somebody else mentioned Rashad McCann.
That's a good one right
and
there.
and it's crazy because his cat is all in the last like year and a half for real. So he like a fast riser in the cat game for real.
Yeah.
Like I ain't mentioned. I ain't get through my list. I got a whole list for real. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of niggas on there.
Who else?
Right. Um, YK Osiris, and that's a sleeper pick because he not as famous as the other people.
Yeah.
That nigga don't do nothing but cap. He lies about everything. How much money he got, how many fans he got, how many numbers he do, everything. That nigga lies about it all. But we circle back to Rashad McCants. He might be the king of basketball cap right now. It was Skip Bayless. Now it's Rashad McCants.
See, McCants is the king of basketball cap. I can agree with that.
He is definitely the king of basketball cap. Um, I don't know if he on that show with him or not, but Gilbert Arenas is also a capping ass nigga. Um,
Yeah, they on the show together.
yeah, well, they two capping ass niggas together. Okay, now you kind of put them together as a team, and if we do put them on there, they gotta be last because they new additions.
So
But
what
they
what
both
what
do
all
a lot
right,
of
give me
capping.
an example of Gilbert Cat.
Um, he said that, and I don't know how true it is or not because I'm not in NBA circles.
Right.
In NBA circles, he's more respected than Klay Thompson.
Yes.
I disagree.
I can see that amongst players, he he is respected as a guy whose career got cut short and that would be a Hall of Famer and be considered one of those guys. Even if he didn't win a championship, he would be considered one of those great guys that didn't win a championship and shit
That's
like
another
that.
cap thing that he said. He said that
But
because
no,
he
oh,
was a go ahead.
I mean, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Because he was the number one,
Uh huh.
his career is more valuable than most number twos who got rings.
No, no.
So that I don't know how you missed it, but for the last 2 weeks, it been a debate about are number twos rings as valuable as people think. He started that debate.
Yes, they are valued.
So I understand now. This is where I can't get it both ways with Gil for real, right?
All right.
So
What
let
did
me
my
let me finish though. Um, fucking, he brought up two examples for real. First one was, and both of his examples are based on the top 75 NBA player list.
right,
Um, his first example was fucking Scottie Pippen is considered one of, if not the greatest, number two all time, right?
right. But he's not
He was
considered
ranked
a
number 30 all time or 33, something like that.
right, but he's
Allen
not.
Iverson, who didn't have any rings,
Uh-huh.
is ranked ahead of him.
Right.
But yet, Michael Jordan, who won the same rings on the same teams, was ranked higher than Allen Iverson. And one of the reasons, other than all of the other accolades that Michael Jordan has, of course, is because Michael Jordan got six rings and Allen Iverson don't have any. But yet, the six rings didn't matter as much for Pippen to put him over Iverson for real. His second point or comp was um, Clay did not make the top 75 despite having three rings at the time.
Right.
However, Dame did make the top 75 and he hasn't even been out the second round.
Right.
So he was saying because of those two examples that being the number one and putting up numbers and getting all NBAs and not winning a ring is more valuable than being the number two, maybe catching one all NBA, couple all stars, and having a couple rings.
I It's still gonna be player versus player when it comes to number ones versus number twos. Because you got some lesser number ones like Reggie Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna put Reggie Miller over Clay?
Absolutely.
So
And
you
the
agreeing
all
with Gilbert then?
NBA, I mean, in the top 75, also put Reggie Miller over Clay. Reggie
Would they
Miller was
would they
firmly in the top 75. He was top 50.
Yeah, I was about to say he was already top 50, so they're not taking nobody out of the top 50. I'm not saying
I'm
that
pretty sure they slid a couple niggas out the top 50.
no.
They slid them down at least. They slid them down at least because you got newer players like KD, LeBron. Um, I don't know if Kobe was playing when they did the first top 50 or whatever, but you got newer players
Right.
that entered the top 50. D Wade.
Yeah, that slid people down, but they not sliding nobody out. They just
I
going
mean, I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. I gotta look
they,
at it. Really.
they didn't slide they didn't slide anybody out, and that was some people's problem. They start looking at some of the older players. You know what I mean? You know how some people feel about errors and all of that shit. So that was one of the issues. Like Dwight Howard is better than this motherfucker, right? You know what I mean? Shit like that.
I get that.
So
And same
um
with the White though. Like
yeah,
he won a ring later on after the top 50 or whatever. I
but
think he had
he's supposed
just
to been in
won
that
his
top
ring.
75 though.
I mean, yeah, top 70. I think he had just won a ring with the Lakers for real, which is crazy that they left the White off. Now that's to me, that's the only snub from that list. People could say, "Oh, Kyrie should make it," whatever, whatever. Nah, I mean, I guess, but him being left off don't really bother me. Same with Clay, but Dwight Howard should definitely be top 75 all time.
Right.
Like, definitely. Um, but I do agree with your point that you made and what Gil said. Like, ultimately, the rings. What I disagree with what he said is when he said the rings don't matter as much. They do matter. You know, if Pippen didn't have six rings, he wouldn't be a top 30 player all time.
Right.
Because he has 6 rings, even as a number two, it give him an infinite bump. Same
Right.
with a nigga like Robert Ory. I know he's not in the hall, none of that shit, right? Nobody would ever mention Robert Ory's name if he didn't have 5 rings.
You mean seven?
7?
Seven, yo.
If he ain't had seven of the bitches.
Got
Seven.
7 rings and hit and
Hit
probably
big
hit
shots in about
five
five
game
of them.
winners
Yeah. Yeah.
and closeouts type
No,
shit.
I get it. Like, I totally get it. But what I'm saying is, he'd be your run of the mill role player,
I
never
mean,
mentioned in history if he didn't have 7 rings.
I
If
agree
he
with that
had
100%.
2 rings, he'd be your run of the mill role player, bro.
I agree with that.
Don't nobody talk about.
He wouldn't be like people really talk about Robert Ory should be in the Hall of Fame because of the things he did. You know what I mean? Because of actions as opposed to overall success as a player and shit.
And my rebuttal to that is always this: if Robert Ory should be in the Hall of Fame, so should Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher hit the
He was there
toughest
for all
shot I ever
five.
saw. Derek Fisher hit the toughest shot I ever saw in any NBA game to win a chip.
He got all five with LA too, right?
Yep.
He ended up,
Everyone that Kobe got, Derek Fisher got. They say Derek Fisher was the reason Kobe was chipping.
man said he think Gil be pretty straight up. I
Start
think
capping.
all right. I agree. I agree with he's pretty straight up, meaning even sometimes when it's bullshit, he believed that shit.
Well, then Kevin Gates can't be a capper because I think he believed all the shit that he say.
I don't think he. I don't. It's impossible for him to believe all that shit.
But yeah. So we got 3. We got motherfucking LeBron, Soldier Boy, Gates, and it's Bow Wow the fourth person.
Is Bow Wow over Gates?
It's Bow Wow over Gates. Bow Wow had a whole challenge.
And Gates still at it.
Gates still at it. That's what I'm saying. They might really be the last two on the Mount Catmore. We might have to expand the Mount Catmore to 6.
I'm trying to think who else is a epic capper. Jaguar, right, yo.
Okay. Okay. She
Jaguar,
capped so
right.
much though that a lot of her cap be coming to fruition.
Yeah, but if you pay close attention to the shit she said, yo, she said that she was rescuing bitches out of Diddy parties, yo.
She might have been.
Like she was on an espionage mission, like running naked bitches with sheets around them out of the party, drugged up because they drugged. Nah, yo. Uh-uh.
All right. Cat and cat. One more. I had one on before you said Jaguar, right? I had one more. I can't remember who the fuck it was now. I, I ain't even really waste my time trying to think of that shit. It's definitely some more catlers out here. Um,
Orlando Brown.
Lando Brown. Is he capping though? What from Orlando Brown has been disproven?
What has been disproven? I don't think he had sex with the niggas he said he had sex with.
Okay.
I mean, to me, that's good. That's good enough, yo. Like for real. Now
Which
the
one of
shit.
them niggas came out and said he was capping? None of them. None of them.
I
That's
don't
my
believe the
thing.
shit.
Like, if a nigga put some stains on my name, pause, and he like, oh, I was fucking Crabs, pause. I'm one gonna beat the shit out the nigga. Two, I'm gonna vehemently deny that shit.
If I'm not mistaken, he's retracted some of the shit that he said about some of the niggas and shit, and just moved on, making up something about some other niggas and shit.
You know, I do think he was spanking Raven Simone.
Um, he he never said that they fucked.
Wow.
He said that she yammed him off and he yammed her off, and I believe that shit.
You know,
Or I believe it could be true. Fat Joe Suggs, Snoop, and Irv Gotti.
What's Suge Cap about? We missed one. When he said Suge, it popped up. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I was missing one, yo. Whack 100, nigga.
Okay, okay,
I knew I
okay,
was missing one, yo.
okay, okay,
Knew I was missing one, yo. That nigga even capping about being an informant, yo. He
okay.
flashed the fucking fake badge on his live one time recently to make niggas think he was a cop. Like, that nigga is definitely on a Mount Rushmore.
Soldier Boy was capping about. I mean, he kind of caps about a lot of shit.
Everything. He was the first nigga to do anything that got anything to do with anything. Like, he used to wake
and
up and he'd be like, I was the first nigga up breathing this morning.
and manipulating, changing up a story is cat. Like
You
the way
know,
the shit
I
went
don't
down,
know what happened.
the way the shit went down
He ain't
at
spray
his
nobody
house.
with no Dracos.
Say again?
Yeah, I said he ain't spray nobody with no Dracos the way he said he was spraying niggas with the Dracos.
Nah. Now, did he shoot somebody? Yes. The way that shit went down, nah.
That shit was a movie, man. That nigga is a meme to this day for a reason. Like,
They said Fat Joe, Snoop Surge, and Mano.
may no be capping about.
Like I gotta hear it.
Yeah, I need to know. I thought Mano was one of the few niggas that was really about what the shit they rap about. I mean, he got the $150 across his face, so
Yeah,
you
I mean
know,
he was locked up for 10 years.
any nigga that catch a $150, I can't believe pretty much anything they saying.
Yeah.
Nigga walk up to you with a $150 on his face, he be like, "Yeah, I got shot 3 times." Oh, I believe it. So I need to know why he capping for real. Cause Nano was always one of them niggas I just assumed was a real nigga. Like, cause he don't really get into like none of those beefs. I don't really hear him talking crazy or nothing like that for real. Big Teeth Nori be capping on his podcast a lot now.
You say be capping a lot?
Yeah, Nori be capping too.
What was his like his latest cappery?
Um, shit, I can't remember. All I know is that every time I listen to one of his shows, I feel like he lying about something. What was he talking to Mace? He was talking to Mace one time, and he was talking about some shit that happened in New York. Yeah, his security was some pussies, so he grabbed the gun. It was some dumb shit for real. Like, I just didn't believe it. Sounded like a fool ass
All right,
story. Speaking of,
but what I will say is just off of reputation that Nori was known as being one of the wilder niggas behind the scenes in hip hop.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing I will say that whether other people were capping for him or not, that he was definitely known for one of the wilder niggas behind the scenes. Let me
Gotta
see.
elaborate, bro. You said not who he claimed to be.
He
Like,
was for a lot of the sponsorship shit, everything. Not who he claimed to be.
hey, you gotta elaborate on that, bro. Need you to use a few more characters.
Well, I know that his persona is current running shit wherever he at type shit. You know what I mean? Like he currently can walk anywhere with his chain on, just walk around, ain't gonna have no problems and shit like that.
That's a
Whether it's
lie.
true or
No
not,
matter who you is, anywhere at this point, these young niggas don't give a fuck
yeah,
about.
I'm just saying he's one of them. He's one of them type. Like he
Well, I
running
mean, if
shit.
that's his persona, that's cap in itself for real.
Yeah.
Because if you think you coming down, you walking down Penn North with a fucking $400,000 chain on, no security, no gun, and
Well,
it ain't
well,
at least one person that's gonna press you, you caught the fuck up.
yeah. And he say,
Unless you already known in that area.
and he's saying fake jewelry, rented vehicles, etc. May always beef and lying about beefs.
Okay, okay, I had to do my research. You know, not necessarily Cat Hall of Fame, Cat Rushmore worthy, but because I hate the nigga, Life Jennings.
Why you hate Life Jennings, yo?
Yo, we done went through this shit already, yo. He is a fucking lying ass nigga. So honestly, he could be on the Cat Mount Rushmore. He's saying all these Negro spirituals about treating your woman right and you know treating her like a queen and doing this and doing that, and he is a womanizing, abusing ass nigga.
So basically he's supposed to been on his future shit. Niggas will still be fucking with him basically.
Probably, yeah. Like because he came out as this nigga that women loved, and then they saw that he really be out here beating, terrorizing bitches. I remember one time I saw a story where he fucking like kicked his ex door in and tried to kidnap her, some shit like that. Like that was when I think it was probably like 2012, 2013. They ended up going to jail for that shit.
All right. With that being said, does that make him anything more than an R&B singer?
Yes, nigga, it makes him a
Does
cat
that make him
bad.
any more than an R&B singer? Because
Yo, no, because
them
it
niggas be wild as shit throughout
right,
history,
but
yo.
the songs he sing like they different. They different. Like,
Oh, he say Mano basically Jim Jones and shit. That's what he's saying.
okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, like he sing about like women empowerment, and uplifting women, and treating them like fucking queens and everything like that. Like, so yeah, them other niggas might make a song or two about that shit, but that was Life Jennings' whole fucking mo. Like, treat this bitch like a queen, and then he fucking turn around and he just beating bitches up, kicking doors in, holding them hostage and shit like that. He's just the anti nigga. I just don't like the nigga. Like I said, it's not Cat Rushmore worthy. But any chance I get to drag Life Jennings, I'm going to drag Life Jennings.
All right, I got you.
He's a bitch.
R&B niggas wild. Niggas might be wilder than rappers for real.
Hey, he's a bitch. I really don't like him. Yeah, I think it was we talked about like just random celebrities that you just don't like for no reason. He number one on my list. Even though I have a reason, but it's technically no reason because I don't know the nigga.
Right.
Um, so I just don't like that nigga.
Yeah, they would have to come across me to for me to think about the ones that I don't fuck with like that.
That's the only one that popped in my head off the top. Everybody else, I probably would have to see him to figure out why. Oh, it's one more, and I'm sorry to say this, and I don't hate the person, I hate the character. Florida Evans from Good Times. I can't stand that bitch.
Oh, you just don't people you don't like. That's wild, yo. Oh, my man said the goat is Juicy Smoulet.
You
Pause.
know what's crazy? He on my list too. I ain't even get there. I didn't get there yet. He not the
Forgot.
GOAT capper because he only got one cap allegation. It's a pretty big cap allegation, but he only got one cap allegation.
And then that nigga said he was the gay Tupac, yo.
Did he say that to you?
He said he was the gay Tupac, yo. When all that shit was going on.
All right, so he got two. He got two cap allegations, yo. You know, I'm all about Tupac slander, but I'm not ready to let him slander Tupac with that, yo. Like that's crazy. Hey, so we got two, you know. Juicy Smollett though is he definitely a cap, and he would be a cap and Hall of Famer, but he don't make it onto the cap Rushmore. So like everybody that we mentioned is probably a cap Hall of Famer.
All right. I think Juicy Smollett, the gravity, at least in media of his live, puts him in that Hall of Fame.
Right. So he is a cap Hall of Famer, but I wouldn't put him on a cap Rushmore.
And don't forget, he was trying to say he wasn't gay when the first show first started.
We
And the nigga
might
out him.
need to start a series to induct niggas into the cap Hall of Fame.
That sound like a winner.
Cap Rushmore, like it would have been dope if we could have put faces on the fucking as we was doing it. Like you had to cut out a fucking Soldier Boy and then a cut out a Bow Wow or cut out a fucking um I forgot who else was on that. LeBron bitch ass can't get forgotten. He is a Captain Hall of Famer. Cap Rushmore.
Yeah, we can circle back on it, make it a series and shit.
Yeah,
Um,
we can do the Cap Rushmore and then have a Cap Hall of Fame because the Cap Hall of Fame gonna be a little bigger. You can have more people in that because all the motherfuckers that we really named, for the most part, probably would make it into the Cap Hall of Fame.
definitely, definitely,
You gotta
definitely.
have, we gotta create a criteria though. You gotta have like multiple caps. You gotta have multiple caps. Your caps gotta be sizable. Like Bow Wow getting a whole challenge made after him off of capping, fucking kind of puts him at the top of the list. Like you
I
got a whole.
I think Soldier Boy probably goes at the top.
I mean, I'm not saying that Bow Wow number one, but it put him at the top of the list.
Yeah,
He at least top five.
definitely, 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 definitely,
At least
definitely.
top five. Big Soldier top five. LeBron top five. So we got three of the top five. We really couldn't get the other ones hammered down. Pause. So we definitely got to circle back around to that shit.
Right, 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 right. You been watching any of the NBA summer shit?
I watched a little bit of the Spurs. I really like Jameer Nelson Jr. Yo.
Oh, Jermaine Nelson Jr. with the Spurs.
Yeah.
I want to see Orlando because I want to see Jason Richardson's son.
Oh, okay. Jace Richardson. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he an interesting prospect. I watched the Sixers, yo, V
Oh yeah, I watched
Jordan
that game too.
V Jordan Edgecombe boy.
Nah. Hooks was he posted the shit y'all was talking about in the chat earlier. I definitely don't think he got no Jordan in him.
Nah, he got some Jordan in him, yo.
I don't think he got no Jordan in him. But
He
I
got some.
do agree with you at least on the athleticism comp with Ray Allen.
And Vernon Maxwell.
I think people forget. Yeah, Ray Allen might have been he not even a might have. He was a better 3-point shooter coming into the league than VJ Edgecombe
Of
is.
course, of course, of course. I was just looking
But
at his form and the way he pull up, like the way he moved. That's really what I was looking at. Because
but if you look at the stats from two and at the rim, VJ Edgecombe is either comparable or better than Ray Allen coming into the league. He got a decent midi and he finished strong at the rim. He got the form to be a really good shooter.
yeah, that's all I was looking at for real.
Like form to be a really good shooter, and he athletic as fuck. Um, People I think underestimate how athletic Ray Allen was when he came into the league.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
I you remember the come off a screen, perfect form, 3-point shot, Ray Allen for real. I remember Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Right.
Like
And my Jordan comparisons is not they're never at this stage have anything to do with damn, I see that like that nigga can be the GOAT. That never has nothing to do with my Jordan comparisons. To me, he moves and got more of a young Jordan motor than Ant Man did coming out of college and now. I'm talking about the way he moves.
yeah, I mean, if you phrase it like that, I think more people you wouldn't have as much pushback for real. Like,
Yeah, when
not
when I when
Jordan
I when I
motor.
give when I give Jordan comparisons, there's no way that I'm saying this young nigga gonna be the GOAT. I'm giving the type of Jordan comparisons they used to give to niggas when before Jordan was considered the GOAT. Like when they was just talking about how athletic he is. You know what I mean? How much of a motor he got, how hard, you know what I mean, how hard he worked on both ends. When they was talking about that type stuff. Not the
Okay.
fact. Yeah, that's really the stuff I be talking about when I give a nigga a Jordan comparison. Like I see a certain fire in him.
I mean, I
On,
talk to you enough to where as though I can't understand a lot of
well,
that
I
shit
get
for real.
Westbrook has Jordan qualities.
You do, but you I think to most people they not going equate. Oh, maybe he talking about his motor or his athleticism for real or whatever the case is. Um, they just see Jordan and they think you saying he can be as good as Jordan or
No.
he got Jordan game. Like when I had to break the shit down to grade him,
Well, I
man.
mean, if we want to say that, he has a similar game to Jordan, early Jordan too. You know what I mean?
I had to break it down to Greg earlier. Like he like, oh, comparing him to Ray Allen is crazy. It don't make no sense. Whoopty whoop, whoopty whoop. And I'm like, and I'm like, it's not necessarily saying that he's going to be the shooter that Ray Allen is or whatever for real. It's saying that they have similar qualities. Like,
And it's a reason why I put bye. I'm not saying that boy multiply his skills, and multiply his skills, put them all together, and you gotta. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
they got bits
I
and
recognize
pieces of all
qualities,
of them. I get. I
right,
see. I understand it.
and
Ray,
really kind of Vernon Maxwell is a kind of a blend of Jordan and Ray Allen though. You know what I mean? Even though Mad Max not a Hall of Famer, if you ever seen him in his bag, motherfuckers will know what I'm talking about. The nigga had the fucking ultimate motor. He wasn't scared of nobody. He was fat, just as fast as anybody on the court. He jumped out the gym. You know what I mean? It was a lot of little qualities that I see in them too.
yeah, he was
Like that
comparing
that
him.
really might be his best comp. He's bigger, he's taller, but that might be his best comp. Like Vernon Maxwell with a modern handle and shit like that. You know what I mean?
He was saying Oladipo. I'm like,
That's not a bad comp because Oladipo had fucking Jordan qualities.
you know.
Like
Oladipo,
D Wade had Jordan qualities, and
that was another one
Oladipo,
they brought up. I mean, he a slasher right now, but I think he can get that shot to play off of his
his shot looks better than and more and smoother than Oladipo was coming into the league, and Oladipo became a above average shooter.
you know, we gotta do a series on niggas who trick themselves out the bed by turning down deals. Not a series, a little segment. Fucking Boogie Cousins, Oladipo, Schroeder. This age is out the top of my head. I know it's probably even more people who trick themselves out the bed. Every time I hear Oladipo and I think about him getting hurt, I think about them offering the motherfucking, I think 4 years, 120 million. You turn that shit down and get hurt.
Yeah,
That shit tough. Same with Boogie Cousins. Like, they just offered him like 20, 25 a year. This before the shit just starts skyrocketing. It's crazy. That's only what, 5, 8 years ago. And in that 8 years, niggas then went from being max players at like 25, 30 a year to
the
being
band out
max
the league.
players at 75. No, I'm just saying how much the money then went up in the NBA over the
Oh
last
right,
5 years. Like, it motherfucking, I mean, 5 to 8 years is realistically enough time to, flame out of the league or whatever for real. So I ain't mad at that. Even though I do think that they pushed Boogie out way before he was ready to be pushed out. He could have been at the very least off the bench big man and gave you, damn near double in 20 minutes.
25 years ago, his ass would still be plodding around the league.
Yep. Now they going with that young nigga movement.
The young nigga movement, and they not carrying second and third centers that's not rim protectors and fucking and rim runners and shit.
Unless you're Houston.
Who their second center that doesn't do that?
I mean, they just got hella centers. Houston got who they got? Capella, they got fucking Adams, and they got Sengun.
Yeah, yeah.
They just got hella centers. I wasn't saying that ain't none of them do whatever. I mean, Sengun don't protect the rim. Um,
And he did starting go to guy type guy.
yeah,
I was
but
talking about
I'm
like
just,
I
you
was using
know,
Boogie coming out the bench for an example.
it's rare that three niggas, you got three centers on the team now. Uh, they said, I saw something that was interesting earlier that said they are going to try to send Sengun and some other people to Milwaukee for the Greek Freak. That's why they signed Capella. So they can have a center after they trade Sengun.
Oh,
That's I think I saw it on First Things First earlier. Yeah, so
gotta
um,
be damn.
you got Van Vliet. I think they was going to trade Van Vliet to.
So
Um,
Greek one out then.
they don't. They saying they don't know yet. Like, they saying he ain't say nothing, but it's a powder keg and it's gonna go off in any minute type shit.
Yeah, they need to make a move before the season creep up on their ass.
Yeah, I would prefer to see Greek and Wimby together.
Say Greek and Wemby together.
Yeah, I would rather see him go to the Spurs. Because I think the Spurs, the way they set up, they can really get him without giving up too much.
I'm not. I wouldn't deal with the Spurs unless they include what's the name? Unless they include the nigga that won the rookie of the year last year.
Stephon Castle. I mean, they might let
Yeah.
Castle go if,
For Greek. They
yeah,
might
for
let him go
Greek.
for Greek.
Like,
And they just drafted what's the name?
yeah, Chad's out of here.
They just
Um,
drafted Harper.
Yeah, Jameer Nelson Jr.
How tall is Nelson Jr.? He's the same height as his father?
Yeah, might be a little tall. I think he's like a legit 6 feet.
Oh, well, I'd consider that the same height as his father.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought Nelson was like 5'10". I always remember him as like a smaller guy, maybe because he had them little ass stubby arms.
Yeah. I don't think they're looking at him as a point guard of the future.
I think he's gonna play himself into the point guard of the future. The way I watched him run that floor and run, I
So
know
you
summer
really
league.
think he's going to get had that job over Harper, yeah?
No, Harper gonna play the two.
Nah, Harper playing running the point, y'all.
Harper gonna play the two. That's
Harper gonna run
that's
the
that's
point,
if they let Castle go.
and Castle kind of runs the point also.
You know, I just see the way he ran that offense. Like he played just like Jabez Nelson, yo.
Yeah, I mean we'll see I mean you got Fred Van Vliet's and them type niggas around. Um, I don't know.
Van Vliet, kind of different. Like, he's short, but he got long ass arms, pars.
Hell no, Van Vliet actually got short arms, yo.
I thought he had.
No, that nigga is the anti wingspan, yo.
I could have sworn that nigga had a decent wingspan.
No, Fred Van Vliet is quote unquote not supposed to be in the modern NBA if you look at his physical profile. He is
Look it
definitely
up
a,
when I
a
get off here.
he is definitely a 80s 90s guard.
Look it up when I get out of here. It's 12:03 already.
Yes, I mean we had a good one, yo. We can actually shut this shit down, man.
That's a bet.
All right, yo. Shit, we gonna get back at it. Shit, I ain't really got
Tomorrow,
nothing to do
Wednesday,
tomorrow.
ain't
So
really no. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm really doing shit tomorrow night neither. So that's a bet.
all right, that's what it is. Peace out. Thanks to everybody coming out. See y'all next
I'll see
time.
y'all next time.
All right. Top two. What it do?